we have a lot to talk about. So I decided to be a little bit comfy for this video, because I need to. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. My name is Silke, and today I will be going over some reading lists that I have, but also be talking about my 2023 reading goals and goals in general. I will start out with the lists, but I will go through them really quickly because I have 2 lists to talk about and a lot of books. So first up, we have my priority reads. This is a list that I decided to do because I also have my self-destruct, and I felt like that was like the opposite. Also, I'm going to be adding a card to my game that says read a book from your priority list. And then, of course, when that list is complete, yay me, maybe I'll do a reward or something. I do very well with the reward system. So if I can see, like, if I read all of these, I get to buy this. Or if I read all of these, I get to do this. Then that works for me. I need that kind of motivation. I don't know. It works for some people, and there's a lot of people that it doesn't work for. It definitely works for me. Priority reads. Let me go through them. I have Rhapsodic by Laura Talasa. This is a book that I've had for really, really long, so I need to read it soon and see if the series is for me, and if not, then it needs to go. That is the reason why this is on the list. Now you might be wondering why this is here, because you know I've read it. Yes, but I put this on as a series, so I need to read the entirety of it. I have already read Graceling Fire and Bitter Blue, so I need to read Winterkeep and Sea Sparrow once I get my hands on that. So that is why it's on here. It's on here as a list, so it's actually 2 books. It is Winterkeep and Sea Sparrow. Another one that is on here as a series is Heart of Thorns by Brie Barton. I have read this, so I will be adding the 2nd and the 3rd to my priorities list. Yes, that's another series that I've had for a while and just haven't gotten further with, so I need that little push. Let's just go ahead with the series. We also have The Raven and the Dove by Caitlin Davis. The Frost Eater by Carol Beth Anderson. The series is called The Magic Eaters Trilogy. The Raven and the Dove, I'm missing the 3rd and the 4th book. The Magic Eaters, I'm missing the 2nd and the 3rd. The Seamus Daughter, there's 4. But technically there's 4, but I have 2 books because they're bind-ups. So when I've read this, I've already completed the first 2 books in the series. So I'm going to be doing it like that. The Seamus Daughter by Line Kæberbøl is also on here. And the final one where it has the series as a priority is these Hollow Vows. So already the priority list is fairly big. We already have 15 books and I'm not even done, but that's because series. Then I have Below by Alexandria Warwick. This is a book that I've been so excited about, and I've actually started it once where I started to annotate, and then for some reason I stopped. I don't remember why. I just never got any further with this, and I'm so excited for it, so it had to go on my priorities list. The next 2 are a little bit more of a random pick, but I put them on here because I'm really, really excited for them. So we have The Darkening by Sonia Mara. It seems like such a cool premise, so I'm excited to see where it goes. And The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. As you can see, I'm going through these really fast because the other list that I have is an A to Z TBR. I will say now that XYZ, I don't have any books for them. I don't own any books that start with those letters. If I find any, I will of course add them, but they're not set as of right now. But everything else is. Once again, I'm probably going to be doing some kind of reward system for myself because as soon as it's like a tiny bit of a competition with myself, I'm more likely to complete it or want to complete it. Let's just go through it. For A, I have Ashlords by Scott Ridgen. For B, I have Below by Alexandria Warwick. For C, I have Christmas Dinner of Souls by Ross Montgomery. For D, I have Daughter of Night by Sarah Rees Brennan. For E, I have The Eye of Ra by Ben Gardner. I don't count the, so Eye of Ra. For F, I have Fight or Flight by Jules Macias. For G, I have Glass Slippers by Leah Cypis. I decided that if I wasn't finished with the book as of filming this, I was allowed to put it on the list. And since this is actually on my TBR from this month, but I haven't completed it yet, I could add it to the list. So Glass Slippers by Leah Sipis. For H, I have House of Dragons by Jessica Cluess. For I have The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. For J, I have Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan. For K, I have Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco. For L, I have Legendary by Stephanie Garber. For M, I have Master of Iron by Tricia Levenseller. For N, I have Namesake by Adrienne Young. For O, I have Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. For P, I have Path of Night by Sarah Reese Brennan. For Q, I only had one book. Well, I had two, but the other one was a fourth in a series where I'm at the first one. So I'm gonna go for Quiet by Susan Cain, which is a nonfiction about introverts. For R, I have Rhapsodic by Laura Talassa. For S, I have Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. For T, I have These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. For U, I have Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. For V, I have Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. And for W, I have Winter Keep by Kristen Kishore. That was the lists. I like making lists. So I also have some reading goals, and let me just tell you what they are. So first up, I have my Goodreads goal. I put it at 50. In 2021, I did 55, which was a little bit too much back then. Well, last year I did 45, and I ended up doing 49. And I had like 4 or 5 reading slump months last year. I believe that I can do better. So I put it at 50. I am aiming higher, but trying to be, nice to myself and putting it at 50, which is something I believe I can reach. But I'm aiming at like 60 or higher than that, so that would be good. I also, the last couple of years, I've just said I want to finish more series, and that is fine. That is always a goal. But this time I put a number to it, because I feel like if I put a number to it, I have a specific goal that I need to reach. Same with the list. Like, if I have a list and I can tick it off, I'm more likely to want to complete it, and putting a number to finish more series will make me want to be like, okay, so I've finished this series, so that was 1. Now I need 4, which in this case I will, and then I will have reached a goal. So I think trying to be more specific with some of my goals will help me actually do it. So I have put down that I want to finish at least 5 series. Now in my series I want to finish, or need to finish this year, I said that if I did 10 out of 15 I would get a reward, and I'm sticking with that. But if I finish 5, I've still completed this goal, but I don't get a reward. If I finish 10, I get a reward and of course have completed. Speaking of that video, do you remember how I said that I had 2 weekends with no plans? And how I said that I was tempted to say no if somebody called me and asked if I wanted to go out? Well, guess who's going out today? You're correct, that's me. I'm so weak. Like, my FOMO is horrible. So I'm going out today. Let's see how much I read this weekend. Anyway, so that was the whole series. As for the subscriber number, I am blown away about, I don't even know how I reached 600, so I am so happy with that. I'm trying to set a goal that says 750. I don't know if that is a realistic goal or not. It's been going kind of at periods of time, it's okay, I get a lot of new subscribers, but then it's on a standstill still, and then I get a lot of new subscribers. So I don't know if that's realistic or not, but that's what I'm aiming for. And I'm also trying to see if I can come up with some new, more creative content, so it's not a lot of the same stuff. It's a process, and I mean, this is just, it would be so cool. That is kind of so it's not, I don't know, it is a goal, but it's more oh, that would be so nice if I could get to 750. So last year I also had a goal that was to read more often, or read more regularly, and once again, it was not specific enough for me to actually do it. I am doing the same goal, but instead I will put it as read at least 1 chapter a day, or listen to a minimum of 30 minutes of an audiobook. Because now I have put numbers to it, So I feel, once again, I feel like I'm more likely to do it now that I've said, okay, at least one chapter and at least 30 minutes. So I think I could do it. I've already completed that today, which is great, actually. I've completed it most days so far. And I'm hoping to continue with that. So I also have like a page count goal that I want to reach. So I want my monthly page count to be somewhere in between 1500 and 1800, also so that I end up with an average page count for the year that is somewhere in between that spectrum. Last year I had it at 2000, which turned out to be a little bit too much, but I think that I will be able to do the 1500 and 1800 page count this year. I hope so, at least. That is what I'm aiming towards, but I mean, last year I was aiming at 2000. Didn't really go that well. So now I'm putting it a little bit lower so that I can hopefully reach that goal, and then I might be able to bump it up next year. We'll see. Now this one, I'm not yet sure what number I want to put on it, but I want to have a bigger percentage of my owned books read. I think currently I'm at 35% of my own books that I have read, which is fine. It definitely could be worse, but I would like it to at least be on 45. If I could get to 50, that would be awesome, but I'm putting, as of right now, I'm putting the number at 45%. I would like to have 45% of my shelves actually read. That would be so cool. Currently, as I said, it's on 35. Hopefully I will be able to do that. I am aiming towards it, and we'll see. Fingers crossed. Now I also wanted to add some goals in here that I knew for certain that I could complete, just because it's always a little bit more motivational when you can look at a list and be like, okay, I've actually already completed some of these goals, and that was goals for the entire year. So I've added one that says complete the new edition of my TBR game. I was supposed to have it ready already from January. It won't be ready for February either. Maybe March, depends, but I think at least April. Should be April at least. But I still have a lot to do with my new game. And yes, I just wanted to add this goal on here because I'm sure I will complete it sometime soon, and that will just have one completed goal. And also I'm super excited about the new game, so I mean, I need to get on with it. And I don't know, I just felt like it was nice to add a goal that I knew for certain that I would be able to complete. Next up, I have read more diverse books. As you saw on my, my wrap up, my yearly stats for representation was not good. I had 20 books that had no representation whatsoever, and we don't like that. We need some kind of representation. And when I say no representation, it's not always that there aren't any people of color or any kind of disability. It's just it's not a big enough part of the book for me to remember that it was there. So if I don't remember it and have to sit and think, okay, was there any representation? Then there wasn't representation in my book. So I want to read more diverse books, and I'm definitely gonna try and focus on that when picking books. Next up is like a small one. It's Don't Be Afraid to Unhaul and DNF. So if there's a book that I'm like, okay, no, not for me, I need to be better at like putting it down and like getting rid of it. I did do it a little bit last year. I didn't have that many books where I was like, ugh, I hate this with a burning passion. So a lot of them I actually finished and did enjoy. Of course, I did have some 2 stars, a single 1 star. I could have DNF'd some of them in case that I have a lot of books this year where I'm like, eh, or really don't like, then I need to just be better at just DNFing it. Sorry if the angle has changed. It is what it is. Another goal I have is to do some more vlog style videos. So some themed vlogs, some reading vlogs, and also be more active in like reading sprints, maybe host some, like do a day a week where I will, or every other week where I will be hosting reading sprints. I think that would be fun. So if that's something you would like to see me do, then please let me know. But yeah, definitely some themed reading vlogs. I know I already have one planned that I've talked a little bit about with First Call for Books, so that will probably be coming sometime this year. I just need to figure out which month will be best for doing that in. But yeah, I always enjoy doing reading vlogs also because it's a little bit, I mean, I know that a lot of people enjoy them, and it's also easier to film and prepare than a sit down video like this. So I'm gonna try and do more of that, just to like make it a little bit easier on myself sometimes, to just, you know, put out a more quick and fun and just relaxed video, because that is what I find reading vlogs to be. And I also really enjoy watching them because it's just like, it's so nice to just sit and relax and watch somebody else sit and relax. So yeah, I feel like that would be nice. And finally, I am gonna be doing the buzzword challenge. I will make a separate video on that. I'm also going to do the year in Eldia, I think, which is a part of the Aurelium, the magical readathon. Both of them are like year-long, I don't want to call it readathons, but year-long challenges that you do one every month, and I'm going to do my best to stick to it. I have already decided though that the buzzword challenge I'm not going to do like every month. I'm just going to do prompts, and then whenever I want to read the book. Same as I did last year, I'm going to do all the prompts for every month, but I'm not necessarily going to do it like January, February. You know the drill. I did the same thing last year. So I'm gonna do the prompts, but not necessarily in the months where I'm supposed to do it. So maybe that's cheating, I don't care. But with the other one, I'm definitely gonna try my best to go through it in the monthly way. I think that was it, actually. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please let me know what some of your reading goals for 2023 is. If you just want to let me know that you're here, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!